it was necessary. He's a great coach to learn from, and I just wanted to go back to school, add some stuff to my game.
What'd you add?
He was just telling me more about in and out my breaks, just a little fundamentals to get out the breaks faster, things like that, pro-level things.
When you get those opportunities to work one-on-one with Brian Hartline, does that just strengthen your decision and make you realize why you want to be at Ohio State?
Definitely. The more I work with him, the more I understood that it was the best decision for me possible, and the better I know, the more I work with him, the better player I can be.
What's it like just, being here and kind of showing what you can do when, maybe you don't have to?
It's always good to come. I mean, it's like a home-like environment. I feel like every time I step here, it just feels like home. And it felt great to get to work in front of Coach Hartline and Coach Day, show them what I could do.
How different does it feel now than when you were here a year ago, just trying to prove yourself? Now you're a five-star guy who's committed here.
Yeah, a year ago it was completely different. I mean, I was under the radar type of guy who really had no type of looks. Just trying to prove everybody that I can play ball. Now it's completely different. Now everybody knows I can play. I'm just trying to work and just keep getting better.
Coaches, if you have extra cards,
your final high school season, but now being committed and all the college stuff that comes with that.
So now, since all the recruiting stuff's out the window, I'm just really focused on getting my team to one more game, trying to get our team to like a state title, and have all my teammates get to college.
What are your goals for your senior year?
I mean, I want to produce a good amount of stats like I did last year, but at the same time, I want to win more games. So this season, I'll focus more on winning.
You just said it. You've got your offers. You've got all of the notoriety. How do you stay hungry?
I just throw it all out the window. I mean, some days I wake up and I forget about all this stuff. I just try to focus on being the best Mylan Graham I can be.
How good can that guy be?
He can be really great. I can tell you that. He can be really great.
How's your relationship with Brian Hartline changed? Like after you committed, like how is he on you more, or what does that kind of look like on a practice field?
So he's definitely on me more. I would say he was on me more when he wanted me to commit. Now he's more a little relaxed. He still on me like about every 2 to 3 days, but I'd say before I committed, he was really on me because, I mean, he knew this was the place for me to be.
How do you describe, I know there's, a couple more spots in this wide receiver room in this class. I mean, how do you describe an experience like this, whether it's your relationship with Brian Hartline or just Ohio State in general? How do you pitch kind of what you've been through, what got you to commit, and what your experience is now like as the Ohio State fan?
So every experience I've had with Coach Hartline, whether he's came to my school or I've worked out in front of him or something like that on the phone, it's always been a good experience. He's always teaching me some knowledge and things like that. And that, it really just poured into me the more I wanted to come here because I had really a great bond with him.
Who are a few of the guys that you're trying to bring into this class with you?
We definitely want these two corners from Ohio named Bryce West and I think Aaron Scott. And then a safety, the name of Reggie Powers, I think. And then these two wideouts, Jeremiah McClellan and Elijah Moore. Yeah. That's what we're really trying to pull in. And then a tackle from Cali, his name is Brandon Baker, I think.
Yeah, and with Jeremiah McClellan, Elijah, like, what do you think kind of would that add to the room? Like, how you four, like, what would you guys create in the 2024 class together?
It would definitely add a lot more versatility. I mean, with me, I can play both inside and outside. Jeremiah McClellan's more of a slot, and then Jeremiah and Elijah were two bigger outside guys. So I feel like it just brings a lot more versatility to the receiver room.
How important is versatility? Like for all of you guys, I know Elijah's like that 6'4" kind of guy, that big Marvin Harrison type.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, why is it important to have so much versatility and so many different looks at everything?
Because it's way harder for a defensive guard, honestly, in my opinion. I mean, when you have guys like that who can flip, like with me, who can flip positions, and then you have two outside guys and then a single solidified slot.
Yeah.
It just makes it way more complicated and difficult for defenses to guard.
And how does it feel? Because, I mean, Brian Hartline obviously doesn't recruit every wide receiver in the country. To be kind of handpicked by Hartline, to be grown by Hartline, cultivated in this room with the track record of Ohio State, how does it feel to kind of like be next?
It feels great, honestly. I mean, you said it yourself with the track record. I mean, guys like Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Marvin Harrison, Jackson Smith, and Jigma. I mean, it just feels great to be picked. I mean, to know that, I mean, I can be up there with those guys who are great names, all first-round picks.
How is your bond growing with Jeremiah right now?
Who? Jeremiah
Smith.
Oh, it's been going real good. We talked a lot in this recent NIL event in Nashville, and we got our bond going together. And then I'm going to play 7v7 with his team in Nationals, so our bond's going closer and closer.
You just rattled off all those names of Ohio State wide receivers. Is there anyone that you kind of liken yourself to, or think you're similar to in your game?
Personally, I think Garrett Wilson, just with his ability to play inside and outside, and then just his freakish ability. He's real athletic, great hands, things like that.
How much will you be watching kind of the receivers this year to see, okay, where might I maybe be able to fit in and complement these guys next year?
So definitely, I'm gonna be watching a lot of Julian Fleming, because that's what Hartline really wants me to be, a Z, and then some of Mech, because he said I can rotate inside and outside. So those are the two guys I'll mainly be watching. And then I'll be interested to watch like what Carnell does and things like that, and some other freshmen if they play.
When you watch a guy like Julian, a guy like Emeka, how do you feel like your game compares to those guys?
I kind of think my game is completely different from them too. Like I said, I just feel like my game is a complete different from those two. I compare my game more to like Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson type.
When we talked a couple months ago, you said you could be inside or outside. Sounds like Brian is wanting you to start outside. How did that conversation begin?
He just let me know. I mean, every time we talk about it, he's really like, I paint you as an outside guy, but I don't want to just force you to outside. I could see you both running in and out. So, but he said I'm pretty good at a Z, like single side receiver who can come in motion and things like that.
Obviously, a lot of attention kind of on Jeremiah Smith, like around this program. What conversations have you had about him sticking at Ohio State, him kind of you guys building the class together?
So I mean, I haven't really talked to him about that, but I mean, I'm pretty confident and solid that he's not flipping anywhere. I've been seeing a lot of the rumors and stuff on media and things like that, but I'm pretty confident with when I talk to him at the event in Nashville. I mean, he's pretty solid.
What do you guys talk about, like what you guys can build together, like in terms of what you guys can do once you get there?
No, not really. I mean, we both kind of know in our head, and Coach Hartline will tell us that individually.
What does Coach Hartline say?
He just tells, he just tells me like what I can do, what I can bring to the table, what everything looks like when I step on campus.
What about your relationship with Aaron? Are you looking forward to seeing what he can do at Elite 11 out there?
Yeah, definitely. I had been, when I committed, I had been trying to get Aaron a little bit after I committed, and he looks pretty solid from what I've seen. I haven't really seen him play in person or anything, but he looks pretty solid, and I can't wait to see what he does at Elite 11.
You ever had a left-handed quarterback?
No, it'd be pretty interesting to see how that plays out.
To be out here today and to run routes and this kind of things, like what's the rationale? Like what were you hoping to accomplish here today?
I just really wanted to come get some tips and tricks from Coach Hartline as usual, and just get better, perfect my craft, and just come out here, just have fun really.
Mm-hmm. And do you feel like it was a good day, well spent? You got plenty of reps and everything?
Yeah, pretty productive day. I feel like I definitely got better today, as that's the goal.